Today is all about what you do in the off season to make sure you are confidently ready for the next. Join me as I sit down with strength and conditioning coach Akil to learn more.
Now you on my team, I forgot.
What's up?
Good? How you doing?
Akil, thanks for joining us today. Before we dive into the questions that we have for you, can you give the viewers who may not know you a quick rundown of a couple things? Number one, your love for the game of football. Two, how you got into training. T2K, and then drop a couple names of some of the pros that you've had the pleasure of working with over the years.
All right, so if you guys don't know, Akil Bordelon here, owner of T2K. It's Train to Kill. It's my name at the end, KIL though. And so the love of football started at a very young age. Just being outside with my dad in the stroller while he was coaching, and kind of going from there. Just being around the team camaraderie and stuff like that, and just enjoying being around a team sport. That's what really got me with football at an early age, and then it kind of carried to I actually like playing this sport and going from there. But yeah, and then just a couple of names of guys I've worked with. Like Sauce Gardner, cornerback, Pat Surtain, he was Defensive Player of the Year this year, cornerback. Got to work with Saquon Barkley early in his career, just won the Super Bowl. And that's just a few for now, and it would go from there.
So a lot of really fast guys.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's part of what we do. There's a lot of speed work here.
All right, Akil, you train top-level athletes. So to all of our viewers who may be pro players, collegiate players, or looking to go pro, what are the top 5 tips you can give them while training this off-season? What's tip number 1 for them?
The biggest thing I tell my guys is consistency. If you stay consistent and follow the program that I put in front of you, you'll have, the type of year you want. Pretty much I just tell my guys, be here Monday for speed days. Tuesday, field and a lift. Wednesday, recovery. Thursday, same, field, lift, multi-directional day. Friday, hills, sand, something a little bit different than just being in the gym setting. And I tell my guys all the time, if you do those 5 things, those 5 days a week for the next 6 to 8 weeks before you go off, you'll be fine, ready for the season.
I saw your hill work today. Incredible work, running with weights, bounding up that hill, and a ton of people showed up. So do you have a pretty consistent group?
So right now, getting ready for OTAs. So right now, got a consistent 6 to 8 guys in the pros for OTAs. Got a couple college kids that...
For the viewers, not for me, what does OTA mean?
Organized team activities. So most guys, got a little bonus in their contract if they do show up. Some guys, it's mandatory. Other guys, that's $100 million men, don't have to show up. That's just what it is. But I usually tell my guys, come see me for 6 to 8 weeks, get ready for OTA, and show up, even if you are a $100 million man, just for the fact of the coaches love to see that in the building. They love to see the leader of the team getting paid the most money still there with the guy that's making $800,000. So, yeah, that's a big thing.
So as a coach, how do you teach consistency? Because I know some people, they're just hard workers, but what do you do? What do you have at SRLA in your facility? And what are some of the tricks, I guess, that other coaches can look at to help promote that consistency within their group or their players?
So the biggest thing I've learned over the last couple of years, why guys respect me so much and they kind of, take all the information I tell them and just being consistent, is just leading by example. Is by actually getting up at 4 a.m. every day, coming and getting a workout in before I train the guys, and they're seeing dang, you was here this early? Okay, cool, I'm not gonna miss, 'cause you got it in, I gotta get it in. So just kind of 1, leading by example, and 2, just kind of explaining them the end goal of being consistent. After you're done working out, please go see the doctors here at SRLA. Please do this. If you want to do Pilates, go do Pilates at least 2 times a week, because I've seen in the past that it's helped a lot of my guys that's played 12 to 14 years in the league. So it's just, that's a big thing for me, is just keeping the same schedule. It's the same like when you're in college. 6 a.m. workouts every day. We all hated it, but it kept us on track. And I always tell people, those guys that play collegiate football and stayed on track, stayed on schedule, they usually pan out really well in life, because they always have a good system and staying consistent. So
We are super excited to be giving away a BlazePod starter kit to one lucky viewer. Just leave a comment letting us know who you think is the most intelligent player. Not just the strongest or the fastest, but the one who can read the field, react, and make decisions quickly and accurately. Leave your comment below. Let's move right on to tip number 2.
So tip number 2, it's kind of, a broad tip, if you want to call it. Biggest thing with me is just give me 100% effort at all times. Come in, give me 100%. If you give me that, I'll give you 110. And with that, a lot of stuff I do, if it's not a light day, like I'll tell the guys, like, hey, like it's a light day today, 75%, 80% today, just, easing our way in or whatever. But the days that it's like, all right, we got to go today. I need 100%. I need 100% focus at all times so we can get through these drills properly, and we'll be done in 45 to 50 minutes. Because I've learned a lot of guys, after that hour, it's on the field, not really gonna get nothing out of them. So with that being said, I use BlazePods a lot with a lot of my change of direction, and I only do a couple drills with them just so they can give me max effort. And I tell them all the time, give me 3 good reps here, and we're done. But I need to be the best 3 reps of your life. If not, we're gonna have to keep doing them, and then you'll get tired, and just kind of you're a coach. You just don't get the most out of them. So
is the BlazePod, is the light like an external cue? Is that why the moment it hits, they're getting after it,
yes.
And that's that maximal effort that it provides?
Exactly. So we're gonna show you guys a couple drills that I like to do after this. But one drill that I love, it's essentially like a 5-10-5, but they're not running the 5-10-5, but they're kind of reacting off of the pod. So they're seeing in their peripherals and they're reacting off of it. But like I said, I need them at max effort. And on top of that, I usually band them up. We have a good bungee band over there, band them up, and I'll have them react off of it with the band. Then take the band off, same thing, no band. If it's good to my standards, done.
So there's the decision-making component and maximal intensity and reaction with some resistance. No wonder you only do a couple reps with that.
Trust me, I've tried to stay to the script with doing drills, and then I start seeing the 5th, 6th, 7th rep just was not good. And it's like, okay, give me good 3 to 4, done.
And I've heard you also say, I love the maximal effort with the reaction lights, the BlazePod. I've also heard you say lift heavy. Is that part of the component that's just the kind of reinforcing that maximal effort all the time?
The way my program is set up, from week like 3 to week 6, we're going heavy, like 4 to 6 reps, heavy, and then 2 reps at the end just to feel it on a deadlift for like a front squat or something, just so guys can feel that max effort, just that. Because I've learned in the past, kind of, being around this, if you don't lift heavy, that's when injuries start to happen. And a lot of guys I see don't lift heavy anytime during off season. It's just light speed. But at the end of the day, we play football. We don't run track. We don't play basketball. We play football.
Yeah.
Gladiator sport. So, yeah, that's just one thing that I've always kind of incorporated into my program, and the guys love it, and it's been a lot less injuries, working with guys. So if it worked, don't.
Awesome. All right, Akil, here's the drill. The 2 on the right-hand side, you got to tap with your right hand. Perfect. 2 on the left with the left hand, you got to switch the football each time. Now, you're going to keep going. I'm going to ask you 10 rapid-fire questions, and I want you to answer the first thing that comes to your mind as quickly as possible as you continue to do this as quickly as possible. You ready to rock and roll?
Yes, let's go.
All right, here we go, my man. Favorite player of all time?
Deion Sanders.
Ooh. If you weren't a performance coach, what would you be doing?
PE teacher.
Coffee in the morning, yes or no?
Yes, black.
The most underrated player?
Ooh.
Keep going.
I'm trying to think. Who's underrated? Austin Reeves.
Your favorite football stadium?
Minnesota Vikings.
The most successful player you've ever coached?
Oh, got a lot.
You only pick one. Top of your head.
Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr.
Love it. Your next vacation destination?
Probably Tulum.
Ooh, go to the jungle gym?
Yeah.
The team you dreamed of playing for as a kid?
Raiders.
Oh,
Oakland. Not
Oaktown.
Vegas.
Oaktown. I represent. Your go-to cheat meal?
Burgers.
From where?
Smash burgers from,
Smash burger.
yeah,
With cheese or without?
with cheese. Gotta have cheese.
All right, last one. Your offensive dream team: quarterback, wide receiver, running back.
Quarterback, Brady. Running back, Barry Sanders. Receiver, Randy Moss. What was the last one?
That was it.
Yeah.
You want to add someone else to it?
Tony Gonzalez, tight end.
Oh, we're going defense now. Okay, corner.
Deion Sanders.
Okay, long snapper.
Couldn't tell you that one.
All right, great job, brother. You killed that. All right, so let's hear tip 3 of your top 5 tips needed to prepare for the upcoming NFL season.
So a big one that I've always talked about is recovery. Guys that come to me and only get 2 to 3 hours of sleep in, I've learned they just don't give me the effort I need. And like I said on the last tip, I need 100% effort when you're in here with me. So if you're coming in, was out till 4 a.m. the night before, coming in saying, oh, man, I didn't do this and that, I kind of tell them like, well, this is why you're going to perform like this. This is why your muscles won't grow. This is why, you might have a soft tissue issue in the future because you're not recovering properly. So for most guys, I kind of tell them, hey, we have the doctors here. When you're done with me, please go see the doctors. Go get cupping, go get needling, go get grafting, you name it, we have it here. So it's a one-stop shop. So I tell them all the time, if you don't get recovery and you just leave and go off and do your own thing and come back the next day, oh, I'm sore because of this, because what we did, because of the hill sprints, and I'm like, what is your recovery? No. Okay. And I've gotten to the age where I don't even feel bad no more because everything is here. I send them to a Pilates instructor, a yoga instructor. I have chefs that meal prep for them. I have everything for a guy to reach their goal. But if you don't follow the guidelines that I kind of put out there for you, just won't get it done. And rest is a big thing with me. So.
Yeah, SRLA. I mean, just walking in, we have the Alter G over here. You have, EMPs. You have so many cool things. It looks like an athletic training.
Cold plunge in the back. Got everything.
Yeah, that's one-stop shops are super important. So you talked about rest, which is very important to you. This sounds like do you have an active recovery day built in besides what the doctors and clinicians do? Maybe a foam rolling or a stretch day as part of your program in the off season?
Yeah, so Wednesdays. So this is why I said earlier when I need guys to come Monday, Tuesday. Because if guys miss Monday, I have to move it to their Monday to Tuesday, their Tuesday to Wednesday, and now they really don't get a rest day in between. And they're just sore all day, all night. So biggest thing with me is every Wednesday, it's an active recovery day. So like we'll do stuff like picking up marbles with our feet. Me and Coach Ryan Chambers will stretch the guys out for like 10, 15 minutes. We'll do some hurdle mobility, hurdle walkovers. What else? Stuff like, actually we use the BlazePods a lot too on Wednesdays because we kind of train the mind. Like when they're really tired and just fatigued from the week, they'll do certain drills, certain exercises on the ground, on the turf, touching the pods. And they're not really using as much energy, but their minds are thinking when they're tired, when they're still sore, and they really didn't want to come today because it is your rest day, but active recovery rest day. Yeah. So if guys are, hey, I can't get out of bed, cool. Do me a favor, just come see the doctors later. I'll see you Thursday. But guys that, I need to do something, okay, cool. We're going to knock out this, it's a big core day, and just a lot of stuff with just kind of training the mind and stretching. Like, it's not too much to it. It's just, I want the guys to do something. So like, to piggyback on that, in the summertime, when it gets nice outside, we usually go and do the pool on Wednesdays. So active recovery in the pool, do stuff like that, just to keep the guys busy and out of trouble, because you know how LA can get.
Yeah.
I don't want them too much time on their hands, something gonna happen. So I'm like, nope, at least give me 2 hours a day, and then you gotta do an hour in there, so that's 3 hours. You sleep for about 6 to 7, play the game, cool, we're good. So that's the rest day.
That's awesome. Great take on recovery. I'm looking forward to hearing about your final 2 tips. What is the 4th tip?
So the 4th tip, mindset. With me, you should hear my voice right now. I don't really yell, I don't really scream, but I like to talk to my guys in certain ways that it gets them to find that dog in them. So just kind of calmly speaking to them, but like kind of pushing them at the same time. Like, such and such just did this, such and such getting better because he's doing X, Y, and Z. And it kind of put them in that, that inner, beast mode. And I always say that good beast mode to just get them in that proper mindset to, be ready to do whatever they need to do, run through a wall, whatever they need to do to get to that next level, to get that big deal. And I always tell my guys, if you give me the time and the effort, I'm going to help you get this big contract. But it all starts here. It all starts with when you leave me, I need you to do all these things that I've talked to you about. We've prepped in the weight room. We've prepped on the field, the little tips I've told you, like, hey, you're not breaking properly because of this. And if you can't, think about little stuff like that while you're away from me, I don't really know how I can help you. So that's just a big thing with me is the mindset. And like everything I do is like beast mode.
So it sounds like you, by proxy or by way of you using your voice and talking to them, you kind of instill a positive or kind of this dog mindset in them. Do you work with any sports psychologists or mindset coaches to help them? Or how do you take somebody who might have just lost the contract or they're a free agent, or how do you kind of reinstill that mindset in them as a player who might be a little low or a little down or maybe not focused on getting to that next level?
No, I haven't talked to any sports psychologists about this. It's just I've learned kind of growing up the way my coaches kind of treated us as young men and how they talk to us and how they, hit certain nerves to make us want to go harder. It's kind of the same way I talk to my guys now. And I kind of tell them like, hey, Jacksonville didn't believe in you. That's fine. But you're going to come here and do all these proper things. And New York is going to believe in you. We're going to make them believers. We're going to make the fan base believe. And it kind of riles them up inside to where it's like, yeah, you're right. So when I start to see that with guys, I start to notice like, okay, I'm slowly getting to them. I'm slowly getting in that mind to where they understand what they have to do. Because this is the thing, a lot of these guys, they've never had coaches. They've had coaches yell at them. They've never had coaches like tell them it's a pot of gold at the inside of this rainbow. If you just do the right things, and you have to talk to them like they're $1 million people at the same time. Like You can't just yell at them. You have to make them know you're on their side with stuff, but you're going to call them out for certain things to make them do things right. So I've always said, you just talk to them the way me and you were talking and like just kind of just fuel them a little bit. Like every day we in here, just fuel them some more. The rest is history. So
yeah, there's nothing better than a parent, a mentor, a coach that believes in you, and you feel that.
Feel it.
It's not just lip service. You actually feel it, and then you want to perform. So it seems like that's the type of coach you are. All right, before Akil tells us his last pro tip, we wanted to ask the viewers to get involved in a short poll to see what football skills you'd want to improve in you or your kid's game. So go ahead and take a minute to give us your thoughts, and we'll send you a special VIP discount. All right, Coach Akil, let's hear your final tip, and then I got some surprise questions from a couple of the viewers.
My final tip is speed. Speed kills.
Speed does kill. Why is it so important for football players?
So the biggest thing I've noticed in the past is if you're not fast, you're not going to play on Sundays. D-line, linebacker, cornerback, receiver, whatever you want to name it, if you're not fast, you're not playing on Sundays. If you're not hitting the numbers 4-3, 4-4 at corner, you're not playing. So I've learned to help with my high school and college program till we do 3 days of speed training, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays when they come and see me. And that's, hill sprints on Fridays, resistance sand runs on Fridays if we're not doing hills, Wednesday, bandit speed days, Mondays, kind of the same thing as Wednesday, just, a little more of a load. So, yeah, I always tell them, if you're not fast, you're not playing on Sundays. I tell my guys that come in, that play on Sundays, you guys are Ferraris and Lamborghinis. I'm here to give you a little tune-up, give you an oil change. But we still have to keep that speed at a top speed. So that, from mindful saying of that is, we do a lot of banded stuff on Mondays. On Fridays, we do a lot of more resistant training, like in the sand and at the hills with them, just to get them to keep that top speed and kind of go from there. We also do a lot of acceleration phases too, where I'll start them doing like build-ups, kind of like combine training, like doing build-ups, sled pulls, just get that good 10 to 15 yard acceleration period, and then we work the long speed in with it. So that's like a big thing that I kind of focus on with the guys. Tuesday, Thursdays all change of direction, so it's more positional work and changing direction with speed though. So like yesterday, prime example, I did a drill, I shuffled right, shuffled left, and I needed them to get a hard 3 steps out through this cone. So I didn't really care too much on the shuffle. It was the change from the shuffle to the sprint, getting there as quick as possible, because I always tell guys, if you could cover ground faster than the other man, you'll be a lot better. So
today's Friday, which is either a hill day or a sand day, and you have the guys bring either 5 pound, 2.5 pound weights?
2.5 and 5 pounds.
2.5 and 5 pound weights as they were doing some acceleration up the hills. So it's kind of like some of the tricks of what you do. What's the reason for them carrying weights?
Just some extra weight, just so they can actually use their arms now. Because a lot of guys, when they run hill sprints and run in the sand, they don't really use their arms because they're just kind of just there, just lollygagging, just getting through it, because I said this is what we got today. So now they actually have to drive their arms. And you notice when they threw the weights down after their 6 reps with it, 6 without, they were able to come here and really.
So it was loaded before and then unloaded for the second half.
The second half,
okay.
Yes. For what, I mean, you're not going to run with hand weights in the game. That's just, a tool that I like to use. And a lot of the viewers out there, you should, do that with your kids, college guys, pros, whatever you train. Do a lot of hand weights in the gym exercises and the hand weights on the field and at the hill.
What you don't understand is every time I run, I'm carrying 60-pound weights in my arms.
The big guns.
I love it, man. Speed kills. I think that's what I've known you for, is someone who can get players fast. I think that's why you work with a lot of corners. Arguably, some of the fastest players in the NFL are corners. So thank you for that.
Remember to leave a comment below for a chance to win a BlazePod starter kit and a T2K hoodie.
So we asked our viewers for some questions that they were dying to ask you, and we chose some of our favorites. You ready to answer them?
Ready.
All right, question 1. Who's the most naturally gifted athlete or athletes that you've ever worked with?
Naturally gifted athletes? I'm going to have to go the cornerback position. 2 guys.
Okay.
They're little guys. Kenny Moore and DJ Reed. Those 2 guys are both, they say they're 5'10", maybe 5'9", but are freaks when it comes to just doing simple drills to jump on this 55-inch box jump, and they're just on the vert. And I'm looking like, okay. And then I'll tell them like, hey, we have, this drill, and they'll just do it so much smoother than all the other guys. Like Kenny, when we do like DB drills, he's so smooth getting out of stuff, so fluent, and how he gets from A to B so quick. I'm like, oh, you're a freak athlete. But like a guy like him, he told me he skateboarded his whole life. He just started playing football in high school. You know what I mean? So when I hear stories like that, and I'm like, dang, you've had 4 different contracts and you're this freak athlete, but didn't even know you were a real football player. That's, just kind of what I've seen with guys. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of honorable mention guys out there that are crazy freaks, like Amir Abdullah, crazy freak athlete. But those 2, Kenny Moore and DJ Reed, they're different. And that's how they're able to play against 6'4" receivers. And stick with them because they can out-jump them.
Incredible.
So.
All right, question 2 from the viewers. How much does genetics play a role in the player's abilities? And the follow-up to that is, can you have inferior genetics and still work hard enough to get to the NFL?
So a lot of parents ask me this. Can my son...
There was a lot of viewers who asked that same question.
My son, and I'll look at the mom, I'll look at the dad, and I'll just be honest. Be like, if they work hard, they can, probably get a scholarship or something, but making it to the league, I personally think you need crazy genetics. You need to kind of pass the eyeball test. If you don't pass the eyeball test, you better be 4.3 speed, like, you're a track runner or, just a gifted athlete. And yeah, you do need good genes, good genetics to make it. But hard work gets you over that edge. Because I've seen guys that had crazy genetics and still didn't make it because they didn't care to work hard. But that is a lot of the uphill battle, is having these crazy genes and then add the work ethic with it, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I've heard when talent runs out, hard work kicks in.
That's
So
that is the saying. It
helps guys like me feel confident in our abilities.
It's going to always be the saying. If you don't put in no work, you're going to get here, and then that one coach going to be like, you just don't work hard enough, and you're...
All right. Viewer question number 3. Final question from our viewers. Who are some of the coaches and mentors that have helped you get where you are today?
So I've had a lot in the past. Like I've been blessed by some really good guys. Like growing up in Oakland, California, my Pop Warner coaches, they were all, in their mid 40s coaching us. A lot of coaches in the Little League are all in their 20s, so a lot of guys weren't fortunate enough to have the coaches that I had growing up that was mentored me to be who I am today. So a couple coaches, Coach Levy, Coach Fred, those guys were really good in my life growing up. As I got a little older, I had a good basketball coach, Coach D-Mac. He was really good. He taught me toughness. He made me kind of who I am today with being tough. And then after that, I kind of, started to figure it out a little bit until I met Jamal Ligon, really good coach. He's actually been with BlazePod for a little bit, doing events and stuff. And he actually gave me my first start. And he helped me my first 5 years moving to LA, trying to figure out LA, figure out how to get clients.
That's where I met you, at JLT. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Figuring all of that out. So yeah, Jamal has been a big role in my life to kind of where I'm at today.
And time. Awesome, brother. Super good to be here with you. Great to see you.
Appreciate you guys.
And congrats to SRLA and all your success, everyone you got to work with. So appreciate you supporting BlazePod and having us here and doing this webinar with us. I know our viewers at home are going to love it.
They're going to love it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
I absolutely loved that, and I hope you did too. We're now going to check the comments and announce the lucky winner of this great giveaway. So let's hand over the mic to our amazing moderator back at HQ.